thing it for VIP again? Do we have to go through Steam?
You have to go through the LOTRO store. And it'll pull up in the other browser, and there's a tab at the top that says VIP.
Well, okay.
But actually, easiest way to just do it, go into your Steam real quick and just add $35 to your wallet. And then it won't be like you need to go through the process of adding to your wallet and then purchasing VIP. It'll just be like, we'll pull out of the wallet. Does that make sense? Steam real quick and just add $35 to your wallet. And then it won't be like you need to go through the process of adding to your wallet.
Why is it so loud in my headset?
VIP. It'll just be like, we'll pull out of the wallet. I'm loud?
Yes, you're extremely loud in my headset.
Do I need to turn myself down?
No, I'm wondering if something got adjusted, like volume-wise.
The me setting got cranked all the way up to 11.
I mean, that's pretty typical for you. Okay, how do I get to it? Oh, become VIP. There we go. All right.
They make it pretty obvious.
Okay, how do I get to it? Oh, become VIP. There we go. All right.
They make it pretty obvious.
Okay, how do I get to it? I apologize for the delay. We totally meant to do this last night and totally forgot to re-up our VIP.
I'm just bouncing around in here.
We're gonna have to go back and get our little jug thing, aren't we?
We will, but I mean, it doesn't have to be first top priority at the moment. Because there's not like a milestone in here. We can wait till we get to a place with a milestone.
Well, okay.
You just won't be able to sell stuff out of your pockets.
Which, for me, is actually kind of a big deal. Because, I got a lot of stuff that always just accrues.
Leave it in your overflow inventory until we're ready to sell it.
But then I run out of that.
The overflow can hold a lot.
There was an error?
What was the error?
I don't know, an error happened while processing my transaction.
Did it give you any more detail than that?
No, so just please try again. Oh, I think I see the issue. Potentially, maybe. What the frick? An unexpected error has occurred. Your purchase has not been completed. Please wait a few minutes and try again. If you encounter the error repeatedly, please contact support.
Well, then we'll wait a few minutes and try again. I mean, you still have access to all the quests here, so it's not a big deal.
True. Yeah, we've probably held this up enough. All right, well, let's keep moving. Hey, Dill!
Good morning.
Yeah, we can circle back to this in a bit.
Your character just scratched his leg.
Seems about right.
Also, this dude sleeping, he does not look comfortable.
I don't know. Some people find comfort in the weirdest places.
You think you could sleep with your arms wrapped all around your head like that?
Me? No, 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 no. No possible way that I could. So we were trying to re-up our VIP, and for some reason Steam was giving me an issue. Dill, that's the problem I was mentioning. So I'm not sure what's happening here. I'll circle back to that in like 10, 15 minutes. But it's not like we absolutely need. It's not like we're gonna go pick up the jug right now anyway. So, and like she said, we've got all the quests here. So. But yeah, sorry for not being here last week. I had a whole giant mess of work dropped on me about 2 hours before I would have clocked out on Friday, and so I had to spend a good chunk of last weekend working, which was all sorts of fun. All sorts of riotous fun.
Getting that overtime.
I'm definitely not going to complain about this next check. And once again, I have to wait for a respawn. Oh, but we don't get I don't get my gold gift.
You'll get it when you sign back up. You might have to log out and log back in again, but you'll get it.
If it lets me sign up.
Standing Stone has been like, he gets no more VIP.
I could see them doing it. I mean, it wasn't terrible. Still, like obviously, working on the weekend is not ideal. But like, it wasn't terrible because it was just kind of mindless enough grunt work type stuff that I literally was able to put on Last Airbender, and I got through the entire series over the course of the weekend, which was really kind of fun because that's one of those shows that I watch like at least once a year. I mean, we can afford it. It's only like $40 every 3 months. But Steam's just like, no, we're going to create problems for you, so.
It's a pity lifetime VIPs will never come back.
Yeah.
Like $200 lifetime VIP. That's such an amazing deal.
Wish they'd do that with WoW. But they're never going to. They're never, ever, ever going to do that.
My understanding is that the LOTRO lifetime VIPs were like a gift for those who adopted the game at the very earliest. And WoW started its life just absolutely huge, so it didn't need it.
Yeah. But I mean, like these days, if they did bring it back, I would totally jump on that just because, just so we didn't have to deal with this right before a stream. And it was never an issue again.
Oop, we've gone too far.
We have?
Yeah, looking at the little rings on the map.
I will take your word for it.
Have you done all your torches?
Yeah, so I need to search the roadway for signs of the orcs' plans and okay, scout the roadway for signs of the orcs' or search the. I still need to search the roadway.
Well, that's back here. So every time I say standing stone, I have to stop myself from saying turbine. I'm still so used to saying turbine for the developer.
Yeah.
Yep. But they are standing stone now.
It's kind of like me, like, you know, for me it was always just Blizzard, now it's a Blizzard Activision. It's like, no, it's still just always going to be Blizzard. Now it's going to be Blizzard Activision, Microsoft, Skynet, Toyota, Corolla, Trader Joe's.
Amazon.
Yep. Or however however that whole long string of corporations went in BoJack Horseman. I still need to search the roadway. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go.
I'm looking for the spot where it's going to trigger.
Oh, do you still need to search too?
Aha, come here.
Oh, there we go.
Back to the dude in the cave. Yep, it's always turbine points for me.
Whereas for me, I have no problem saying LOTRO points, so...
Is there a green and purple rave going on?
I don't know, but I'm seeing the same thing. It's weird lighting.
I think we kept going over back and forth over the border where the lighting would change for ambience.
Yeah.
I am afraid.
You bring good tidings, Vontu. Any ill fortune that visits these creatures is all the better for us. Let us see how the orcs handle themselves now. I wager they shall find their troubles insurmountable without the warmth of their torches in this harsh climb. You may yet be able to stand against them, friend. If their carts are halted and they are beset by the wood trolls, there can be no greater time to bring their schemes to ruin. Let me ponder for just a moment, for such dealings must be decided with haste. The orcs' numbers are great, but so are their troubles. Surely a leader of some sort must be among them, and it is he who must be found. Perhaps this orc carries some sort of plan or order, as brutish as their kind may be. The forces of the White Hand chose a strange place to stage their assault on Bear Tor and the other halls of my kin. I am curious what their purpose here might be. I must admit, Vontu, I am fearful that he may be guarded by the strongest of his number. If we are to learn the orc's purpose here, you must discover any missives he bears, but care must be taken, lest you lay down your life foolishly. I would ask that you lure him from the road into the shadows, for it is there his death may go unnoticed. Take heed of my warning, Vontu. We would surely be lost already without your aid, and be safe, friend. Oh, hold on. This guy's got a quest.
I am afraid.
Huna tells me that you scouted the orcs' trail and came across their carts entrenched in snowdrifts along the road. I suppose those monsters are just are having just as lovely a time as we are. Man, I cannot read today. Do not confuse my amusement with sympathy, Vontu. The orcs deserve any trouble that visits them here, as nothing will be enough to avenge Birtor and the people that we have lost to them and the giant. Now then, about those carts. The orcs are already slowed, but you are a hardy runekeeper, are you not? If you can get close enough, set their carts ablaze. That should bring them to an utter halt. Can do. Now, cruel whips wielded by the White Hand could better serve the people of the Wildemore by sweeping warg riders off their mounts. If you were to gather the whips and tie them along the bases of the nearby banners, it is possible the vile riders would not notice until far too late and be heaved onto the hard ice below. Why am I getting all these notifications about Dorak defeating Frostbitten Drudgers?
Because that's a player that's hanging out around here. He was in the cave with us.
Okay, but why am I getting notifications about him doing it?
Because he's local to us.
Okay, but I don't need to. I don't need to know that.
Well, yes, you do.
I really don't. My life is completely fine without knowing that he's killing these things.
He's seeing that we're killing stuff.
I know, but that doesn't mean I think he needs to see us killing stuff either. Orcs on ice? Orcs of the White Hand press their invasion of Wildemore by utilizing an icy roadway through the Balewood. The orcs must be slain if any pieces to return to the Balewood. Is that like Disney on ice? Can you imagine Lord of the Rings on ice?
I'm just trying to think of if they had like ice sliding mechanics in this game, and we could just ice skate around the orcs.
They do have ice sliding mechanics in this game. It's called a war steed.
I'm talking about on actual ice, where the orcs would have to do it too. Are you burning carts?
I'm. Oh, I'm. No, I was not. I forgot about burning carts. I got too busy in my homicidal sociopathy.
That's okay. You're like the person deeds were made for.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons I kind of lost interest in my minstrel was that I spent so much time doing the deeds, like you know grinding out the advanced deeds and whatnot that it just became too much of a grind. That and I just wasn't enjoying playing alone. Why are you so far away?
I haven't moved. I'm still right next to that flag you took out.
Oh. Well, okay then.
That one was not me.
I will own that one. I've also not been doing whips on the banners, apparently. But that is done now. Alright, Jingles the Christmas Goat. You've cleverly employed the enemy's cruel implements against their riders. The White Hand will be slowed in their advance into Wildemore, lest more of them meet their end on the forest's icy floor. I cannot read this morning for some reason.
English is hard.
Yep. You've slain a significant number of orcs along the path. Their numbers will recover in time, but you have dealt them a harsh blow and slowed their assaults into the High Knolls and... What was that? Oh, White Shaws. I closed that too early. Okay, this is my third cart. You?
I've done 4, so...
Well, hopefully there's more than 6 carts here.
Well, and they'll respawn. Like, the one you just did, I still see it available, so...
Okay, well, I've done 5, so I must have missed one along the way somewhere.
We'll go back
You
that
found
way.
a heavily armored Orc of Isengard, who's certainly their leader. Hey, we already killed this guy.
But that looks like a cart right there.
That do look like a cart right there. Okay. That's everything for me.
Yeah, I have... Oh, no, we've got to defeat Lomar.
Oh, that's true. You're right. How silly of me. Where'd you go? Why'd you leave me behind? This one is on you.
I'm killing Lomar.
You could have waited for me to get there. Or stuck with me. You pull a slightly damp missive from the orc's remains. You should look over the document before continuing your journey to the Balewood. You're not my real mom. You can't tell me what to do.
Bless you.
Thanks. 2 cards already.
I'm on 17.
Thing is, we're both pointy ears. This smudged missive contains an extensive list of resources demanded from Wildemore by Isengard. Among this list is an extreme amount of lumber, a much-needed material to fuel Saruman's forces at Orthanc. Beneath the neatly written message, there appears to be A hastily scrawled note, a product of a far less trained hand. It reads, send the small ones to make the cut. Too many trees attacking our force. If the tree moves, leave the small ones, flee and find another. We lack the numbers and time for another incident. Never tell the wizard of this. Will not explain losing so many orcs while felling a tree. Do not wish to be the next slain. Sending hewers northeast of this position to a clearer area where the trees where the wizard or the trees looked like trees. The wizard will have my head if we don't deliver the lumber to the forest's edge soon. You should return to Huna and seek his counsel on this matter before continuing your assault against the White Hand forces. You're leaving me behind again.
I need one more banner. I found it. Do you have a stuffy nose?
No, I wanted to sneeze again, but it didn't come.
Oh, I don't like those sneezes.
Yeah. So you have returned after all. We were beginning to worry that the orcs... Well, no matter. You were with us once more. That is all that matters. Does hope yet remain? Tell us of your journey, Vontu.
I do not know.
Thank you for your aid, Vontu. The orcs' resources have been stripped bare for now. We can only hope that it takes them much time to recover from the blow you have dealt to them.
These are desperate
Well,
times
what is this
for the
then?
Lord.
Trees against the orcs? Are you sure it speaks not of a tree like the one that battered the Uruks outside of our cave? You have fared well against their number so far, that much is clear. Perhaps you should seek out these hewers and see if you can discover any of these trees they mention. For my part, I would like to believe that a tree is just a tree, but this forest seems teems with queer things. Beba, Leowold, and I are safe for now. We have enough to survive on, and the warmth of this fire soothes our ills. Worry not about following your charge, friend. Seek out aid in the forest, Vontu. I just hope you find it, for all our sakes.
You have need of our assistance.
It's been a long time since I used a vendor.
Don't forget the repair tab at the top.
It's been a long time since I had to repair.
That's why I reminded you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Travel swiftly, but we will aid you as best we may.
You're leaving me behind! Why do you always do this?
You were right next to me. Did you not see me start walking?
I paused for like 3 seconds. And that was enough time for you to get far enough ahead of me that I lost your buff. And you just started getting further and further ahead.
I'm like Speedy Gonzales.
Something like that.
Look, that horn has a face.
Do we kill it? Because I'm killing it.
And you killed it.
I did kill it.
Your sneezes are just like intense.
Well, I'm just a little... Nose is a little stuffed now. But yeah, you know my sneezes can get very intense. You've heard me really sneeze before.
They're man sneezes.
No, my family is known for very loud sneezes, at least among the men.
It's kind of a man thing.
Hey, so what are our plans for today? After the stream?
I don't know. Do you realize how many times our plans this weekend have changed?
None. Because we never had any official plans for this weekend. Like, and you're also, once again, leaving me behind.
You're right there.
I got stuck on a tree! You've come upon a field strewn with the corpses of orcs and what appeared to be the remains of an ent.
Ah, here it is.
An ent lies slain among the numerous orcs, one of which appeared to be fleeing from the battle. The grim scene before you unfolded very recently, but in the distance you can see deep tracks in the snow that could only have been made by ents and a trail of more slain orcs leading deeper into the forest to the north. It appears the ents have fled to the north. You should seek them out before any more harm can visit them. Many of these trees were my friends. And I am an elf. That could very well be the case.
Look up. Looks like a bottomless pit almost.
To a degree. I can see where you'd get that.
We might have to go down there, see what's going on.
Not an orc, are you? Come to hack at us, little one? The ent raises a branch menacingly above its head before lowering it as you rush to store your weapons away. No, I suppose not. We have lost a friend this day. I can only hope that we have gained another. Hey, why did your horse do a horse, of course, and mine didn't? Little one. I find that the men outside the forest either say too much or far too little. So which is it for you? Too little, then, I suppose. We shall see if that does not change, for a great many things have changed here. The forest has not been chilled such before. Yes, we have had winters, and the cold does yet come, but this goes far beyond a simple changing of the seasons. When Tithenloff and I awoke, nothing was as I remembered it. There were times when I and the other ents conversed at length, where there was much still to say, and even more time to say it. But now, the Enting Hollow has frozen solid, our enemies set siege to the forest, and Leaflock slumbers, unable to tend the horns. Ah, to be free of such problems, and to think of better times. Oh, joy. It's solo.
Lame.
Come, we must travel to the Enting Hollow. Are you ready to follow, little one? Sure. If I must.
Sheltered from the evil that has taken hold of the forest, Baralas wishes to recall the days before Nurzum's coming, when the Ents once met at the Enting Hollow.
We have made it, Vantu. This forest has become so unfamiliar to me since Nurzum returned. Ah, yes, he was here once before, little one, but then he was different. What he gained in might, he lost in compassion for the creatures of this realm. Let us walk, and I shall tell you more of Nurzum and the men of these lands. Walk with me, Vantu. What? No, I won't walk. I will ride my goat. Look what has become of this forest. The orcs and the beast Nurzum have taken everything from us. Everything lively struck cold and frozen. Even this pond, little one. We Ents once gathered here when the weather was fair, and we feared not such monsters in our midst. Such days were a brighter time, Vantu. My memory of those times flow unrestrained. The only thing left, untouched in this winter. Let me tell you of those days long past, Vantu. I and the other Ents had gathered to meet at the Enting Hollow. Will emote dance for anyone, 100 gold per hour. Sounds like a deal! So long has it been, my friends. Certainly it has. But Nindor, how joyous that our paths cross again. I'm trying to be deep. I can only do so much. Borealis, Strongroot, Mossbeard, and Tithenolf. Your skill in slumbering through anything will never cease to astound me. Some things never change. I, too, am glad to look upon you all again. But happenings in the forest have been troubling me as of late, as some of you surely know. Indeed. Yes, but what have you to say of them? I am well aware of such things, Strongroot. Yes. The men have been coming closer to the forest. What of them, Strongroot? Mossbeard is right. These men have never risen against us. What have we to fear of them? And their horn, and the noise it creates, is proving a great trouble to the forest. It frightens the horns greatly, my friends. I doubt the men mean anything of it, save to protect themselves, being as tiny as they are. Would you not seek to do the same? The men will keep to themselves, as Leaflock shall manage, as has always been so. Perhaps, Mossbeard, but perhaps not. This horn you speak of does us little harm. Matters of the Ents should concern only Ents, and likewise for these men. Let us avoid such unneeded conflicts, my friends. You are right, Nindorn. Such things should not bring forth more trouble than for us. My worries are eased. Eased? How dare you not speak of your other concerns, Strongroot? The stone giant who wandered about in our forest. Strongroot, you were not alone in seeing such a thing. I thought I was the only one who saw. The giant came down from the Misty Mountains. He wandered long in our forest and journeyed to the lands of the men before returning whence he came. As he fled, the horn's sounding came again. He had suffered deep wounds. I do not think he shall be seen again for fear of what the men may do on his return. We should not abide a stone giant in the forest, though. Even with careful steps, so much life can be needlessly quelled. The giant's wounds were severe. This is a matter between him and the men. It is not our place to involve ourselves, Duskleaf. You are wrong, Borealis. There are times when there is no choice but to act, and in your absence, I will. And so, little Roomkeeper, you have heard all I wish to say on these matters. Let us return to Stonecliff. Such an open space is perilous to remain. Come, let us leave these memories behind. I really don't know why that couldn't have been done in a group. Duskleaf was right, Thuntu. I knew my mistake well once Nurzum carved his path under the canopy. I still hold out hope that the forest may be reclaimed, dim as it may be. The men in the horn have paled in comparison to such wanton destruction. Aside from Tithenolf, I have not seen the others since awakening. I cannot help but wonder what has become of them. I worry greatly for Duskleaf. He is quick to action, and if he dared stand against Nurzum, I fear what horrors might have befallen him. If you would, let us talk of finding the others. It may be that you find such eagerness to aid us misplaced, or perhaps not. We shall see, little one. I slept long before this winter, little one. This wood has become so baleful, so hostile to my kind. When first I began to sleep, many Ents wandered this wood, but the monster pulled me away from my slumber. Many of us are lost, slain by the forces that defile our forest. Others may have found refuge, or they may have not. I am too large to seek out the others without being discovered by my foes, but you can move through the forest much more freely. If you can, little one, seek out my kindred in the darkness. Perhaps some have returned to the Enting Hollow since winter's fall. The forest is not itself, friend. When Borealis and I awoke from our sleep, we did so in darkness, and we awoke into violence. Such happenings are troubling, and I fear that Finglas cannot wake to aid us, for he had been becoming more and more tree-ish, so to speak, before our sleeping. The wood trolls harry us wherever our limbs carry us in this gloom, and the horns, they are unruly without Finglas's tending. They may be beyond saving, though I do not wish to believe it so. The wood trolls must have been affected by Nurzum's passing. I can only wonder what wounds he inflicted upon them to make them far more hostile than they already had been to my kind. Tythenoff heaves a heavy sigh. Seek out the wood trolls, and for the good of this forest, please return them to the earth. However, I would ask that you examine their remains, and perhaps then we can discover what has driven them to madness.
Ooh, madness. Ah, smart.
I occasionally do have my moments of brilliance.
Like every day.
Hardly. What do you want to do for dinner?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead.
I mean, I know it's just like still kind of only breakfast time, but what do you want to do for dinner? What do you want to do for dinner tomorrow?
Well, here's a thought.
Mhm.
Do you still want to maybe go shopping today?
That we probably should. Even if it is supposed to be raining. Oh. Strawroot! What are you doing here? Borealis is safe, you say? Very well, I shall return to his side in my own time. I must remain far from the orcs, lest they find me here like my fellows. While I begin my journey, I would ask your aid on another matter. Borealis is a wise Ent, and he is my elder. However, many are elders to us, for us young Ents are all that remain here. My bark looks old and weathered, you say? Old, my small friend, may still be young to us. The monster, Nurzum, has been a cause of great destruction to my friends in this forest. The cries of the trees, as he pulled them from the earth, is not something I long to hear again. His assault on this forest was swift and brutal, and many of his damage remain still. Along the side of that twisted path through the forest that the orcs defile with the...
Bless you.
There we go. That was the scene I wanted earlier. With their crude machinery, you will find his handiwork smashed into the earth. If you search for signs of his destruction, I would ask that you examine them, for strange things have been cropping up in this forest as of late, and none of them good.
Oh, this Huorn has a quest.
Probably to kill it,
Probably.
seeing as how I've got a sword over it. You've discovered horns of the Balewood. In Nurzum's wake, they have grown wild, and a cruel chill reeds their branches. Gosh dang it! They must be defeated for the safety of all that remain in this forest until Finglas can be roused to restore order.
Why are you so sneezy this morning?
I have no clue. Near the sites of the stone's influence, foul roots have sprouted up from the frozen earth. Unless they are slashed, these roots will continue to trip and strangle passers-by and pose a threat to the future of the Balewood and Fangorn. Yeah, I have no idea why I'm so sneezy this morning. Roots over here. Oh, I gotta solidify our September 10th fishing trip, don't I?
Probably.
Yeah, I need to get that deposit over to Captain Bob. Then I should probably get with Galen and be like, hey, we got a skin fish. I need to borrow your cooler, and then I'm gonna need your help with the fish.
I figured we were getting our own cooler.
I mean, I would have no objection to a cooler. I'd want one kind of like what they have, and those are very expensive apparently, but they have a very nice cooler. You have hewn many roots of the Balewood and have guarded the other trees of this wood from Nurzum and the foul influence of the stone he wears upon his back. Okay, so you were saying about going shopping.
I knew. One, did you interact with this boulder?
I did, yes.
We could pick up some fresh ground beef, and I could try and make those meatball subs I promised you like 2 weeks ago.
Ooh. I could go for that. Would that be a tomorrow thing or a today thing?
I could be either.
Well, I mean, let me hear back from Grant on if him and Taylor are coming up for dinner on tomorrow. But by the sounds of it, no. Or at least unlikely, anyway. Was there nothing to roll on in that backpack?
There was only silver in there.
Interesting. You've discovered a jagged crack in the Balewood's earth, surely caused by Nurzum's stomping.
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
Is it wrong that I'm still kind of enraged about what Grant was telling me about how they play Catan?
I have a feeling you're going to feel that way for a while.
Oh, very much so. It's not even Catan. It's basically Candyland. I mean, the one house rule that makes sense is, or at least is reasonable, is taking the robber out of play. I mean, I disagree with it, but it's not an unreasonable house rule, you know. Everything else, it's all just participation trophy Catan. The game is meant to be tough. Perhaps there is more to this monster than we thought. Such strength is uncommon, even for a giant of stone, and that foul roots sprang from the earth amid his havoc. This is odd indeed. Odd and gravely unsettling. Vantu, we must speak of what is to be done to learn more of this monster, lest any hasty action be taken.
Sure are a lot of horns around here.
There really are. Yeah, meatball subs actually sounds really good. Didn't you have a specific sauce you wanted to try for that? You defeated many unruly horns in the Balewood. None would have remained safe if the horns remained free to rampage through the wood.
I don't know if I had a specific sauce. I had an idea of what I wanted to do sauce-wise, but I don't think I had a specific one.
Well, we can look up a recipe on like the Food Network app or something.
I'll look up some stuff.
Okay. Jeff Moreau is like the sandwich king, I think, from Food Network. So if you come across a recipe of his, it's probably going to be really good. I'm surprised I remember that, but yeah.
It's been a long time since you've really watched Food Network.
I mean, Comcast made it way more expensive to have Food Network included on our cable package because cable sucks and you have to bundle stuff like that. And so I just lost interest. And since we have a TiVo, but since we moved up here, we haven't even plugged it in. Because that's just how little TV we watch. Like, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to watch more Food Network. I'm not paying an extra like $100 a month for it.
Not when we don't watch it.
Yeah. I mean, we did that for a bit, and then we're just like, we don't watch this enough to justify it.
There's a horse.
Oh, I apparently have 2 points available for my horse.
It's kind of hard to do war steed riding in the middle of a cramped forest.
It's kind of hard to do war steed riding, period. Orcs, trolls, giants, and now an elf. What brings you all here to disturb us? Boralis, he has awakened. I shall journey to him. But first, little one, I have a task for you. The winter has been cruel to my kind, Vantu. When Nurzum came, many of the Ents remained still in slumber, but those of us that walked among the trees were faced with a great foe of our kind. The trees screamed to us for help. I hear their cry still. They did not understand. And Nurzum, we were so few, we could do nothing to stop him. We fled into the forest, all of us save for Duskleaf. Such hasty decisions are unbefitting, I think. But he went forth. Nurzum struck him down, but his ending did not come. He fled into the forest and has avoided all of us since. I would ask that you try to convince our friend to return. Nurzum must be dealt with in time, and we will need all of our kind to stand against him. If Duskleaf is to be found, I would guess he is near the Enting Hollow, little one. You know this because you are psychic.
We know this because he told us.
I'm saying he knows this because he is psychic.
He might be a little bit.
Hey, I didn't break my leg.
Look at you being all nimble.
I mean, I mostly slid down that, so. You ready for winter to roll in around here? Like, where we live?
I love winter. I'm always down for winter.
I'm just thinking of, right after Cole and Rachel moved in, like just a few months. That night where we had like a 5-car pileup. Because people are stupid. Home, another little one comes to hack at my branches. You dare speak to me of rejoining the others? It matters not where we choose to plant ourselves, as nothing is to be done. This forest is death. They are too weak to act, but I am not. I am wont to smother any invader of these woods beneath the snow.
He was corrupted.
I'm sorry, Duskleaf. Kind of your own fault, too, though. So he was lost to madness. Tragic, my friend. Nurzum's rampage hewed his mind long ago, then. You made the only choice you could, little one. As impatient as Quickbeam that one was, but bold nonetheless, I will miss him greatly. Thank you for telling me of these happenings, Vontu. I will return to Boralis now. Wasn't that the name of, like, the Kultiran main city?
That was Boralis. With an O and one L.
Ah.
And a US instead of AS. Wow, I went far.
Yeah. I did break my leg this time.
Oh, I did too. I took us down a long cliff.
That you did. That you did. Are we not killing these horns?
Oh, we can.
I didn't know if that was a plan or not. My leg is still broke.
Do you see me not moving?
Thank you. Why is my leg broke for so much longer? Oh, there we go. No, wait, no, we don't go. Okay. I'm good.
We're gonna have to examine the remains.
That's true.
We're doing autopsies on trolls.
There are worse things.
That guy folded in half when he died.
Oh, I apparently did not get the full autopsy in that last one. Hold on.
On a hunch, Vantu went back to re-examine the body.
Oh, it makes me so sad that show's no longer on Netflix.
Most of it's on Hulu, though.
True.
There's a dead one back the way I came.
Yeah. Is the reincarnation of it on Hulu?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's one over here. Because I would love to start watching, Forensic Files Reborn or whatever they call it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not Forensic Files Reborn, but... Ooh, this guy's got a backpack near him.
Swiper, no swiping.
I had the same thought.
Back into the woods.
You're leaving me behind. I have no movement speed modifiers. I'm sorry.
Technically, you do.
Not really.
It's called horse.
Well, I mean, there's that, but I have no natural movement speed modifier.
It's a party.
Whom I never thought to see the return of my friends, Vontu, not with all that has occurred. Thank you for bringing them to my side.
I think you're allergic to Ent.
Maybe. Thank you for bringing them to my side once again, little one. I treed.
You treed.
You ask if this is the work of the cold. I have seen many a winter, little one, and I have not seen the craft of merely a chill in the forest. Or this is not the craft of merely a chill in this forest. Almost all of our kind are here now, at least those that remain. One slain by orcs, one corrupt beyond saving. This bodes ill for us, Vontu. The last of us is still nowhere to be found. If I remember, he was wont to take root on the hills above the eaves far to the southwest. You should begin your search there, little one. In the wake of the Battle of the Hornburg, you have received word of vast, startling destruction. Oh, at Isengard.
Accept it, but just don't track it.
Yeah, it is unknown what remains of Saruman's forces in Corner, but the only reported sightings tell of fewer than 36 Dunlingdons fleeing back into their lands. You have been summoned to scout the Wizard's Vale, seek any survivors, and discover what force has brought Isengard to ruin. Oh, is this because I hit 90?
Yeah, but you'll notice it's a level 95 quest.
Also, Hobnanigans is here.
Yep. Chicken football.
Hold on, you're leaving me behind! Okay, now you're definitely leaving me behind. I heard that mounting.
We've got a ways to go.
Yep. I figured.
Hey, there's a backpack. Do you want it?
Sure. First off, welcome to the channel, L3R. I'm not I've not quite figured out what your name is supposed to be, if it's a word or anything like that. But no one's forcing me to read all the text. I've just kind of done that since we started. Just cause. Oh, are we not killing these guys?
It helps tell the story. I mean, we don't have to. If you want to, we can.
No, we can keep going. Yeah, I mean, like you could ask Dill. He's been here since day one. I've done this literally every stream. So, it's just for fun. Plus, this is my first time through all this, and so, hence the LOTRO Lore for Dummies. Did you get us stuck?
Maybe.
Did you seriously get us stuck?
Maybe.
You got us stuck.
Yay!
And we're falling.
Do you use the stuck command?
Yeah, and it didn't change anything.
It says please wait. Well, this might be an issue.
Look what you've done.
Just my desire to go off cliffs.
Mm-hmm. I also need to find a vendor.
No, you're gonna be sitting here wiggling between these two rocks forever.
No, that might be this might be the end of the stream. Maybe it's a good thing the VIP. I was having issues renewing the VIP.
No, this is just your Lotro experience forevermore. We have to start over. Level 1 characters. There we go. We teleported. At least I did.
Yeah, I teleported too. Yeah, it's literally just I felt like doing it because it's just kind of fun and just gives more context to the story. So like if we were playing WoW, I wouldn't because I've done those quests a million times and right now it's not like there's any story stuff going on in terms of what's kind of happening, at least stuff that hasn't been covered already, but yeah. I really hope with WoW they let us fly after the first content patch again. That was so nice with this last expansion.
Well, no, they're we get dragonflights from day.
That's right. I forgot about the dragonflight. How did I forget about the dragonflight? That's like the coolest feature.
Yeah, I mean, you won't be able to fly on other mounts, but you do get dragon riding from day 1.
Okay, well, so real quick, we don't want to go for Rotten Heart as a warband.
No, we don't. He's a bit big.
Yeah, well, he's a raid. I don't know how you raid on war steeds, but
There's just a lot of you. We might be on the wrong side of this cliff. Oh, there's a way up.
I'm following you. Oh, and I can get how that could be boring. But you know, it's just there's not many people who stream Lotro. And so I figured, you know, why not? We'll have fun with it. So
Well, and when you're just zooming around and you just click a quest, hit accept, click a quest, hit accept, and then you find yourself 10 miles down the road and you're like, why am I even here?
basically, yeah. Baralis, he and the others still walk this wood. I will return in my own time, little one, but there are a great many things to tend to nearby, and much of my own curiosity to be quelled. Listen, and perhaps you will understand my plight. I, I thought I did answer that. You literally just copied the text from your previous comment and asked again. If Borealis wishes me to return to the others, I shall. However, I will do it in my own time. There are many things to tend to before I leave these trees, and many grim things that inhabit this forest in the monster's wake. I wish to know more of the monster, and if I can, bring such knowledge to the others. Should you wish to aid me in these errands, I may be able to return to Borealis in some matter of time that you might think hasty. As we travel, I shall speak with the trees of this wood, and try to discover what has become of those I have lost in this fog. If I am not paying attention at times, do not be alarmed. I am simply deep in conversation. Is this an escort quest?
This is one of those whistly ones, so I'm not sure.
Joy. Can you hear that, Vontu? The trees cry out in the distance, fearful of the orcish blades that have already felled others. So many have been hewn, to what end? These tools of destruction have no place in our forest. You are an able runekeeper. Perhaps you can take their axes from them. If you were to break their tools, they could not bring such harm to Fangorn. Let us confront them and shatter their axes. One other thing, too, L3R is just that, you know, there's so few people and so and very little kind of interaction and chat and whatnot that it's not like I'm constantly needing to be involved with people. So it kind of evens out. Look at what has become of Fangorn, Vontu. So much of the forest smothered in snow. I do not know what the cost of this winter shall be. The trees are strong enough, at least those that were not in the monster's path, but the other greenery is not as hardy, and I fear it will succumb under the cover of snow. Snowdrifts have buried much of the life in this forest, Vontu, but I am hopeful that if we sift through the snow, we might save some of the plants. Let us travel about the wood and rescue what we can. Why did you leave me behind? I was reading.
I was looking for axes. I found some.
Do you have to search the orc bodies for axes?
Yeah, I had to loot the body.
Okay.
Can you loot bodies that I loot?
Yeah, I can. I'm not even sure what you're trying to say, to be honest. We don't do any alcohol on this stream, though. I mean, this is literally like we wake up Saturday morning and we do this. We don't even have time to get alcohol, even if we drank.
Well, he's not going to have any axes.
No, but we could still kill him. What are you doing here exactly?
Oh, I was just destroying axes.
Oh. Yeah, I need 5 more axes. Oh, look, there's a snow pile.
You gonna make snowman?
Well, no, we need to dig for plants, as you might recall.
I do recall.
That's one of the reasons I read these things.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No, no, no! We're not going there. Unless you want to sing about, you know, start a meth lab.
That is your favorite version of that song.
It is a very funny version of that song. Which is funny, because I'm not huge into Breaking Bad. I didn't really enjoy it as much as so many other people did.
Yeah, a lot of people like consider it the greatest television show ever created.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it was good. It was well done. Gosh, I'm blanking on the actor's name, but the guy who did Jesse Pinkman was phenomenal.
Todd.
Well, yeah, Todd from BoJack, but I mean, he was just great as Jesse. And just the character development was just stunningly beautiful. But I don't know, like it wasn't this like earth-shattering show to me where it was just, yeah.
I've honestly never seen an episode of it, so maybe one day to educate myself, but...
Yeah. Wait. So, Funny Friday streams ended after SSG says no alcohol, or says alcohol not allowed. Standing Stone told people they can't drink on stream? What? I'm confused. Did that happen? Because I mean, this is Twitch. Like how would Standing Stone have any control over that?
Maybe some sketchy stuff was going down.
I don't know. Are we near that cave where the vendor's at? Because I gotta ditch stuff. Is that a no?
I mean, it's kind of out of the way, but we're not super far.
If we could go there, I would appreciate it, but it's not the end of the world.
Is your overflow full?
Full? No, but I've got stuff expiring.
Let it die. Is it stuff that's worth a lot?
I don't know. But I know that we're like really inconveniently placed to try to go to an MVP vendor, and so we're not getting there anytime soon, especially since I need to still get my MVP renewed. Alright, I've got the axes I need. Give me a sec to destroy them, and it should be good. I mean, I also need one more snow pile, so...
Well, it's right up there.
Well, la-di-da. That is convenient.
Break those axes just over your knee.
That is the plan. These orcs have chopped away at far too much of the forest, felling many of my friends. The least we can do is strip them of their weapons so that no others suffer their fate. Thank you, little one. Such tiny things are ill prepared for these harsh conditions, little one. However, you have done well to return them to any sunlight that finds its way through the fog. I do not know if they will survive unless this winter ends soon, but we have done all we can. Thank you for your help, little one. We must press on. As we have... See, why did my horse do a horse of course, so long after yours did?
I must have just gotten ahead of you somehow.
Somehow. As we have journeyed, little one, the trees have spoken to me of many things. They are not as they once were, Vontu. I feel their fear, and as we draw closer to the hills above, I sense that the White Hand's encampment cannot be far. However, should that be true, I am filled with dread. An Elder Horn, one of the mightiest of his kind, once lived atop that hill. Either he is gone from this wood, or some terrible fate may have befallen him. The trees do not know of his fate, at least not those we have traveled among. So we must seek to learn what has become of this Horn. Let us search these woods for any sign of him, and if he cannot be found, for better or worse, we must discover where the orcs are camped. Where'd you go? What was the cat doing? Was he messing with my onager? Our cat. Our frickin' cat. We have just an absolute menace for a cat. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, this is a might bracelet. Otherwise, that would actually be or a wrist. Otherwise, that might be that would be useful because that's a massive item level jump. But no.
What's going on?
Oh, I'm just looking through my overflow inventory, and I've got some stuff that's like, you know, like item level 130, and I'm wearing stuff that's like 80s and 90s.
Yep.
So, but it's all like might or agility or just stuff that's useless to me. Okay, I really should go find a vendor. What was the cat doing?
He was on top of the TV hutch.
Of course he was.
Messing with stuff.
Of course he was. Is this the way to the vendor?
No.
Okay, I really need to go find a vendor.
We need like a campfire or something that I can bind to.
Yeah, that would be convenient.
But that is not a campfire.
That is a wood troll.
It was a rock to the face.
Yep. Oh, I apparently got a title awarded and a deed completed.
Nice.
What once appeared to be a waterfall has slowed to a jagged frozen wall. Oh, and I got LOTRO points. Find a higher vantage point near the frozen waterfall in Fingless Mead.
Will it let me climb? No.
No, it's not going to let us Skyrim up the mountain.
Not that skilled. Oh, I think I see a path on the map.
Well, that's convenient.
They do want us to be able to play the game.
Theoretically.
They make money on us playing the game.
Theoretically. You see what appears to be branches on a ledge across the way. Can we get over there?
Click on the fallen branches.
The branches
and
appear to actually be the roots of a larger tree discarded from above. Oh boy. That horn seems to be no more.
Can we walk across here?
Possibly, but doubtful. Nope. You broke Jingle's leg.
Jingle will survive. Did you see how this dude just came down the came down the waterfall?
I did. It was funny.
I'm trying to think. How are we supposed to get up there? There's probably some other path.
Search for some sign of the Elder Horn. We're not. I don't know if we're supposed to get up there just yet.
All right. Well, gotta go in this general-ish direction.
Is the vendor in this general-ish direction? Because I am now full on my inventory.
Do you keep taking stuff out of your overflow?
Because it's about to expire!
We're in the middle of Fangorn Forest. There's nobody here.
There's that cave with the vendor.
That's at the edge.
How far away is it?
If you open your map, you can see it as a little green flag.
This is unhelpful.
Did you see the little green flag?
I did. I was just saying, this is unhelpful. I'm now going to start losing stuff.
How long do you have before they expire?
The next thing expires in 5 minutes 50 seconds. After that, I've got 9 minutes and 21 seconds.
And a frosted wood troll.
Nothing remains near the Elder Horn's old home, save for a younger frozen horn. A horn frozen to the earth. What other horrors have the orcs and Nurzum visited upon this forest? Wait, little one. With what little life remains, the horn is trying to speak to me. Mossbeard creaks with fear as he listens to the horn. Bruin Doran is slain, Vontu. We must return to the others at once. As we travel, I will tell you more of what this horn has seen, my friend, but we must make haste to Stonecliff. Not so long ago, this forest spread wide and healthy, unfettered by the assaults of orcs and Nurzum. Those that dwelt within were mighty and took root among one another. One of the greatest of the horns in all Fangorn, Brundorn, once dwelt where the White Hand's camp now stands. I am sure you think you know the ending of the story, little one, for there is no mistaking what you have seen at my side. However, the trees have spoken to me of darker things, and though hewn, Brundorn's story is far from over. Before we can return to Borealis to speak of Brundorn's fate, you must first understand how the Horn met its end, and how the cowardice of orcs has shaped this forest and beyond since that day. Really? Really? I just want to get to the vendor! Oh, okay, I'm stuck in a solo thing now, so bye-bye all that stuff I could have sold.
You're not going to get that much loot in the next 5 minutes.
No, but I'm still going to lose it.
What are you losing in 5 minutes?
Oh, that's now 4 minutes. Riddermark Scholar scroll cases. I mean, it's only worth 18 silver, but still. I hate losing things I could have sold for money. Are you ready to hear my tale? No, because I want to get to the vendor, but I don't have a choice.
After conversing with the trees of
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. The VIP thing was weird for me this morning. Should have done it last night. Violer truths I have seldom known, Vontu. The others must know of these happenings soon, but you must understand as well if you were to continue to aid us. Where the orc camp now lies, once stood a bold Huarn, one of the very greatest in this forest. My memories of those days are as clear as ever. As clear as they have ever been. But they are tainted by the knowledge I have gained from the trees. Come, let me tell you of the Huarn's fate. I have learned a great many things from the trees, Vontu. Many things were as I feared, and some were far worse yet. I have much to tell, and little time to tell it, so let us begin. Deep in these woods, there once lived a great Huarn called Brundorn. Or Brundorn, or whatever. A more well-behaved Huarn than most, Leaflock's tending was never much needed, and its roots grew thick into the heart of the forest. Brundorn took root, unbothered by the affairs of Ents or men, but the pursuits of the orcs were not so easily ignored. And so came the day that the orcs invaded, defiling the forest and preparing to lay siege the lands of men. Brundorn had long lain dormant, but that time had come to an end. We made it, boys! We're close enough to the forest's edge. Now, we make camp here. Once we cut one more tree down for the wizard. You, make the first cut. We have to cart this back to Isengard soon, or Saruman will have my head. Get off! Get off! Ah! What? This is no tree. You lot, get in there and hack it down before I crush your skulls myself. Run back! Run and tell the others to get over here. We'll be needing more. You don't have to tell me twice. On my way.
It's that Lomor dude that we killed.
What are you waiting for, fools? Attack! I'm sorry, Brundoran. You deserve better than this. Is it dead? The wizard won't like this. Many of our numbers still stand, but so many have fallen. And for what? How shall I tell him a tree devastated his forces? Who says you have to tell the wizard? Ha! You are a wise orc. I shall tell him my forces remain here with me. And you will return to Isengard with the tree. I have told you but half of what there is to tell, for far grimmer tales remain. Let us leave this place and return to Baralas and the others. Come, let us leave this memory and return to the others. Are you ready, little one? As I've told you, little one, there remains much to be told, but it must wait until we reunite with Baralas and the others. They knew much of Brundoran and the Horn's End, but in the times between then and their awakening, they have missed many unsettling details. We must travel to them at once, for both you and the others must know the Horn's fate and the true wrath, unknowing or not, that has been levied upon this forest.
Alright, so they actually dropped us out pretty close to the cave.
Good. Oh wow, yeah they did.
But you gotta jump.
Okay, where's the cave?
This way. My aunt is at the top of the cliff like, how do I get down there?
Yeah, that's a him problem. Okay, good. Because I have too much crap that needs to be sold.
You have need of our
We
assistance.
brought an ent in here with us.
Oh, I'm sure they love that. Yeah, so I had like nearly 2 gold's worth of stuff to sell there.
Nice.
Yeah. Hence why I was like, I need to clear up my overflow. Although, actually, I think one of those things that I sold I might have wanted to actually keep. Let me see. Yep, there we go.
Well,
Major sense of morale. I'll hold on to that and figure out if I'm going to do anything with it later. Okay.
Are you good to go, or do you need to sell more
No,
stuff?
I'm good to go. Let's go. Are we just riding through this?
Well, I think you got a friend.
I didn't know what the plan was. I thought, like I didn't know if you wanted to just slaughter everything on our way, or if we were just gonna ride past.
I was just kind of...
Yeah, okay. Are we just hoofing this then, or are we gonna try and ride? I guess I'm riding because I'm once again behind.
You're right on the other side of that tree.
Yeah, and yet I was still out of range, and the further you went, the further behind I would get. Because I was out of range of your buff.
Well, it's a good thing I stopped.
Yep.
It's an ent party.
Yep. Oh, I almost got knocked off the cliff.
That would be no bueno.
Yeah, it would be no bueno. A journey it has been, Vontu. Baralis and the others have much to learn of the monster, as you do still. Allow me to gather my thoughts, for the trip has been far more eventful than most things in this Ent's lifetime. Baralis looks as if he wants to speak to you. You should see what he has to tell, and I shall... Oh, Bralus looks as if he wants to speak to you. You should see what he has to tell, and I shall begin to take root here. Home, you have returned with Mossbeard. I knew you would not disappoint us, little one. I am joyful to look upon him again, but in his eyes I see great distress. Mossbeard wishes to speak with all of us, does he? Well then, let us hear your tale. And so, little one, Brundoran was taken by the orcs. Nurzum had wandered these woods some time before this happening, you see. He was then but a stone giant and had not much interest in the destruction of any creature of nature. His curiosity for the men was his only real reason for venturing into the Wildemore, but when he was grievously wounded and chased from their lands, the other ensign I thought him gone from our forest. Such things never come to a resolution simply with you creatures, do they? Yet one day Nurzum returned, and this time he was not alone. I have learned much of Nurzum from these trees, my friend. When you are ready, I shall tell you what I know.
The Ent Mossbeard wishes to tell you more of what he has learned from the trees of Balewood. Nurzum's might stems not from within, but from the vile stone upon his back, granted to him by a powerful benefactor.
The rest of my tale begins where Brundoran fell, though since that tragic day much time has passed and many more trees have fallen to shape the walls of their disgraced camp. It is clear now that Nurzum's ally was no better than those he harbored within these walls, though far more mighty. When you are ready, little one, I will tell you what I know of Nurzum and how he came to possess such a stone. At their crude camp, where remnants of Brundoran's roots still laid hewn in the earth, Nurzum stood amongst fearful orcs. His wrath had not yet visited the forest directly, but the stone he carried upon his back had already brought thick snowfall to the lands around him. Nurzum stood waiting, not knowing when his friend would arrive, and lost in what he was to do with his newfound might. In the distance, the harsh weather seemed to split as a man strode forth through the snowfall. As the snow swirled around him, the man's robes seemed to shimmer with myriad colors, and Nurzum knew at once his powerful ally had returned. Long it has been, my friend, my large friend. It has. I return to the forest as you bid me, and I am prepared to stand against those that would oppose me. Tell me, Nurzum, have you come to appreciate this opportunity, the gifts I have bestowed upon you? Gifts? What gifts, wizard? Even my own kind would not look upon me now. You are not of your kind any longer, Nurzum. You knew as much when I came upon you in this forest, wounded and lost as you were. I have done naught but fulfill everything promised to you. I asked for the strength to survive my wounds, the ability to return to the cold of the misty mountains, and the chance to seek revenge against the men that harried me in my travels. Where then have I failed? All of those are now within your grasp. I gave you the strength through the roots that now wind about your stones. I granted you a snow-covered home, no matter where your travels will take you. And the men? They cannot stand against you any longer. Your words are convincing, wizard. Of that there is no doubt. You are something far greater than before, but you must remember, my friend, that you serve me. What would you ask of me before I make these lands my home? You will slay the leaders of this land to the last. Sinagar, Aldstan, the Knight Thrym, remember them well. As for the Reeve, Garwig, leave his family in shambles. Slay Garnoth, Edsig, Garfeth, Cuthbald, and Garfsig. Leave him in ruin, and let him never again pose a threat to you. That is all I ask of you, Nurzum. It shall be done, master. Let these puny men regret the day they pushed me from their lands. As I had hoped, friend. Now journey through the forest and visit your frozen terror upon all that would stand against you. May all of Rohan freeze in your wake. Now you understand, Vontu. Let us leave this memory. So now you see, Vontu, Nurzum returned to the forest, his wounds healed, his might bolstered and lashed together by what remained of Brundoran. All he was tasked with in return for such wonders were the deaths of the men that had wronged him. How could he see the folly of his actions in the face of such a silver-tongued man? I know of this wizard, little one, for once Treebeard spoke of him with Leaflock in days long past. Always one to take knowledge, but never share it in return. You look as if you have met him too. Such times are so long past that I doubt he even remembers us amid whatever other chaos he now wreaks. Surely, if the orcs did not tell him of Brundoran's assault, he would not have thought much of using a tree in his foul experiments. His blindness to the forest may yet prove his monster's undoing. But we shall see yet. Mossbeard has spoken of many things over ages past, and as wild as his claims may be, I believe his tale. He has spoken to us further of the things the trees came to know of Nurzum's arrival in the forest, and what destruction he visited upon the creatures of this wood, and my friend Duskleaf. Nurzum's assault began to the west, upon the hill where Brundoran fell. Even the orcs were terrified of his presence, and not one sought to allow him too closely in his trek through the woods to the forest's edge. Already he has drowned the surrounding lands in sun by bringing the stone into the forest, and the creatures of this wood knew well that something horrible had come with the winter's chill. The Ent's memories of the day Nurzum laid waste to the Fangorn forest. I'm kind of hungry. Are you?
Yeah, but like it's breakfast time.
Yeah.
Sort of. It's brunch time at this point.
Sown discord throughout Wildemore, but nowhere was the power of the stone felt greater than where his path of destruction began, deep in Balewood.
What the frick? I've got these 3 new quests about, one of which is Wildemore Introduction. Rumors have begun to spread of a growing concern in the northern wild reaches of Rohan, a rough but lush land called Wildemore. We've been finishing Wildemore. We've been doing Wildemore.
Nurzum counts, I think, as his own character, and since he's a level 85 character, it's what it's telling us.
Do I need to accept these?
Nah, just ignore him.
Okay.
We won't be here long.
Okay, then decline. 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 Okay. Leave Dravodakan and travel to the forest's edge. You discover your path blocked by what appears to be angry trees. Clear them to continue your journey east. It's not often you get to play as the bad guy.
No. And just wreck everybody's face.
This would have been fun to do as the Balrog. Speaking of, we should keep listening to Fellowship tomorrow.
I would be down for that.
When we get done with that, then we can go back to Rebels. The only reason I didn't really push for it last week is it was like I was already halfway through season 3 of Avatar. It's like, may as well just finish it.
No, I gotcha. But we've spent a long time going through Fellowship, and we've not gotten very far.
I mean, you know, we do a few hours on Sunday, but yeah, you're right. Although, actually, tomorrow, actually, I think I'm getting a new Audible credit. I'm still going through Yang Chen.
Do we have Cimmerillion yet?
No, we do not yet. But we're nowhere near even close to finishing the trilogy, so it's not been a high priority.
These trees keep thinking they can stop me.
Yeah, well, they can't. Same with the wood trolls. Hey, Mara Labs, thank you so much for chiming in. Welcome to the stream and the channel. And yeah, Nurzum has turned out to be quite an interesting villain. We've spent a fair amount of time in Wildemore, and it's I'm very eager to finish him off. Though it seems like we're kind of getting to the climax of his whole storyline. At least I hope so, anyway.
Usually when a story starts giving you the backstory on the villain, you're more than halfway through.
Yeah, well, because now I'm sure we're going to come to the point where it's like, we're getting very close to, this is how you defeat him. Man, Sarwin's kind of a not great person.
That's a major plot point in this story.
Yeah, I've gathered that much.
Kind of makes life difficult for many people.
I've gathered as such. I'm hesitant to ask what your favorite part of the quest line is, in case we haven't come across it yet, for spoiler reasons and whatnot, but we're pretty far into the quest line. So, it's entirely possible.
But maybe not.
But maybe not. You found your path blocked by a strange tree that looks as if it wishes to speak with you. Duskleaf. Hello. What purpose could you have for such destruction, giant? Do you even understand what agony you have brought upon the creatures here? You tear the trees from the ground, you freeze the horns where they take root, and even the foul wood trolls are not spared your ire. My friends either lay sleeping in the winter you have buried us in, or they lack the courage to stand against you. But I do not. I shall not allow you any further in these woods, monster. I see what others do not. Those roots that wind about you, but you remain only stone. I mean, it's possible we're not. Like I said, I don't know this quest line. I don't know how far through it we are. I imagine we're kind of getting close-ish to the end, but um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to your favorite part of the quest line, if we haven't hit it already. You spite nature itself, monster. Yes, I do. That is kind of my point.
No, you don't. You're a druid.
Well, in WoW, yes.
But right now you are a giant stone giant.
Who, I'm actually surprised I'm not just face rolling stuff. Because he seems to just face roll everything.
They didn't give us the ice spike ability.
Apparently. Our branches will crush you to pebbles. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, true, it wouldn't be right, but at the same time, I do feel like a little underwhelming compared to what we've seen him pull off before. I mean, the dude can leave giant crystals of ice in his wake. Like, just by walking through. To take this long to fight an Ent that we face rolled as elves.
Well, he was very weak at that point.
I mean, I guess true, but still, I mean, we just kind of walked up to Dustleaf, sneezed at him, and he fell over. I don't know, like, don't get me wrong, it's cool to be able to do this. To do this kind of session play as Nurzum, but
Not often an MMO lets you play as a boss like that.
yeah. I feel the life leaving this forest. Such a chill, The destruction that followed Duskleaf's defeat is known well to Ents and men alike. Oh yeah, men know it very well. I showed up right there. I was in front of Bralis still as Nurzum for a second there.
I saw you. I was like, oh, look, there you are.
Yeah, Thrym basically became that, the meme where the guy's just like kind of traveling on with like
So I'm thinking more Team Rocket's blasting off again. Ding.
That could be it. That could be it as well. Learning of such things has brought a great sadness to me, Vontu. Norzum's destruction did not end there, as you have long known. He rampaged throughout the forest floor, cutting a frozen scar through those helpless trees. Yet even when he left the forest, the wounds he dealt to our lands would not be quick to mend. Duskleaf was always quick to act, but in the face of such an evil, he also proved himself the bravest of us Ents. We cannot allow his sacrifice to wither upon the frozen earth here. To not involve ourselves in such a dire matter It would be a disgrace to Duskleaf's memory and the good of this forest. If the orcs yet linger in these woods, we must drive them out. No, it's a really, actually very, very convenient duo. She is able to teleport us all these different places. It function as a pocket healer for her. It works. Especially for streaming. The teleporting is super helpful since we're not having to ride one horse to another after another after another after another to get to somewhere.
At least most of the time.
Nurzum, Brundorn, as one? Can such things be? What twisted magic could have wrought such a monster? Such things defy nature. I am grateful that abomination has strode from the forest, but if he returns, our numbers are few and our choices fewer. But what of the orcs? All of the havoc you have found, so much of it remains simply because of Nurzum's assault. His orc allies simply cannot match his destruction. Their roadway, I wonder what has become of it, especially to the northwest, whence their kind first came. Search the roadway and follow it to its end. I am curious what remains of their force. For my part, I will travel to meet you outside the southern edge of the camp. I doubt they will notice me among the other trees nearby. Need to go between them. That's true, although I've got two different specs and kind of the gear for both, although I don't really use the healing gear much these days. Just because we're so out-leveled. So.
What's your main tree?
Yellow.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, so I've been slowly starting to spec into red. As well, because, you know, why not, but...
Well, and at this point, you've probably done most of the yellow skills.
All the yellow skills that I'd care to get, I've gotten. So
Who's hitting me?
I don't know if I made a mistake going yellow, but I went yellow. So
You successfully play the game, so not a mistake.
you carry me more than I play the game. I think that's kind of indisputable.
Nah.
Well, seeing as most of my item gear is still like 80s and 90s, I would say yes. Are they burning a wood troll? Oh my gosh, they are.
Yep. They are kind of bad guys.
That's just downright unsettling. Virtue cap reached? What?
The virtue that you're training right now, it hit its cap. Start training another virtue.
Oh, okay. Why am I training fortitude? I don't need fortitude. Oh, whatever.
Did you pick another one?
Not yet. We'll go with honesty for now. No, I know that. I just I'm still, even though I'm like 90 levels in, still somewhat unfamiliar with several important aspects of the game. You know, virtue trees being one of them, or traits being one of them. So I don't. I'm still trying to kind of figure out what ones are the best for for me.
Basically, for you, anything that gives will or like tactical mastery or vitality, those are the ones I would probably go with.
Well, that's what I've gone with mostly, yeah. But that's not all of them. There's ones where it's just like physical mastery or physical mitigation or yeah, I don't know, just stuff where I'm just like, I don't know what's happening here.
So physical mastery doesn't do much for you because you don't hit things with, you do tactical damage. Physical mitigation would do more for you than physical mastery.
Well, yeah, I kind of figured that out, but yeah, I just need to go through and actually kind of plan stuff out a little bit. I've not really cared to all that much because we only like stream, the one day a week. But
And the game's not gotten hard enough to really need to master it.
no, not yet. I mean, we've been basically since Angmar, or since we finished Angmar, we've basically been kind of over leveled for everything because we came out of there, like 2-3 levels higher, and it's just kind of built off of that. Not only are they still here, but they build their terrible structures atop Brundoran's remains. These monsters know nothing but destruction, and spite our kin in these lands at every turn. Can we sit idly by as they continue to tear apart our home? The others and I have thought on this matter, and we will march to their camp and force them from the forest. As for you, little one, their numbers remain great, and we do not know if more will come to aid them in time. Return to their camp and slay many of their number. We shall meet you nearby and make our assault once you have slain as many as you see fit. Such things are moving too quickly for me, Vontu, but the others are right. This trespass cannot continue.
He's got a second quest.
Oh, he does? Really? Okay, well, I feel less bad about the trait tree, then. Alas for Brundoran. The orcs seek to master this forest, then. I have seen the smoke rising on the hills since your return, and fear for what time may bring us. The smiths you saw, without question, are the cause of such evil doings. Their fascination with the flame and their handiwork that leads only to the death of my kin cannot continue. I would ask that you return to their camp, slay the smiths, shatter their tools, and smother their fires. Homicidal sociopathy. Alright, let's do it. I'm always down for some homicidal sociopathy.
And interacting with glittery things.
And interacting with glittery things. It plays well for my ADD. You have encountered crates of vile tools and disgusting orc rations in the White Hand encampment. Without these crucial supplies from Isengard, the orc forces of Wildemore would be crippled. If you were to destroy these supplies, the White Hand's grip on the Balewood would slip greatly. Can do.
We've burned a lot of orc tents in our life.
We really have. Crude orc tents litter the White Hand encampment, shielding the orcs of Isengard from the region's harsh conditions. If they were deprived of shelter, the raw cold would cripple their assault. Keeping in mind that the Ents are not fond of fire, perhaps it would be best to dismantle their tents. So we're not burning these ones.
We're being sensitive to our allies.
You have destroyed many crates of vital supplies and crippled the White Hand's assault in the Balewood. The orcs of Isengard will now find mounting assaults into the Wildemore far more challenging. Good. Good. Alright, I need one more fire to smother.
I got all mine. Do you have all yours?
Yeah, I just smothered the last one. You've successfully dismantled many tents of the White Hand in the Balewood. Without their shelter, the orcs will find maintaining their presence in the Balewood far more challenging. Well, that is the hope.
The horse moved.
What are the horses here for again? What quest was that? Did we do that?
No, that horse is just part of the decoration of Rohan. They've just got horses littered across the land.
Is it done? Such things are unfit for this forest. It is good that the orcs' makings will no longer hew and burn my kin. So many have been lost. Perhaps it is time at last for us to stand against them. There is much discussion to be done yet. Uruks and orcs, so you say. They are both still small to us, my friend. I only hope their flames remain doused. Without that, things may go, unfortunately. So, it is time. Let the Ents reclaim this wood, now. You have done much to cripple the vile designs of these orcs, little one. Before I strode here, I spoke with the others. Even now, they travel to meet us here. They, like me, have grave concern for the flames and tools of the orcs, but you have put a stop to those. And now, it is time to put a stop to the orcs. Let us travel into their camp and push them from these lands, Vontu. The others are nearby, and I can hear their approach. When you are ready, Vontu, we shall push these orcs from our lands. Why do I rather doubt that?
Repulsed by the destruction the White Hand and Nurzum have caused in the forest, the
Hi, kitty.
Ents of Balewood march to war.
We have traveled far, little one, and the time has come for us to reclaim our forest. The others have journeyed here and should be arriving soon. Of course, if Tithenolf has fallen asleep again, I could not speak to where he might be. Borealis appears to become lost in thought for a moment before remembering he's speaking to you. I think I hear their approach. Let us hope it is them, Vontu.
This is the first march of the Ents.
No, it's just a different march of the Ents. His Tithenolf slowly strides forth. It is clear that the last Ent has arrived. I see the first of their kind just outside their camp on the road. Let us bring our branches crashing down upon them. Homicidal sociopathy. Let's do it. These orcs have cut our brethren down and laid waste to our forest. Their camp will return to the earth through our helping, but they cannot hew another tree amidst our indecision. We Ents must march against them, lest they take everything that remains. Come, my friends, let us put their violence to an end and push them from these woods. I am all for that. What? Voskor won't like this. You lot, hold them back. I'll warn Voskor and the others. Don't you know who I am?
I mean, he should.
You should. I've been killing orcs for a while at this point.
You've been killing White Hand orcs for almost as long.
Yeah. Can I attack? No, I can't attack them. See, I pretend to know what I'm doing with my class, but I really have no clue. The glow of flames can be seen as an Uruk rushes forth in the distance. Enough! You cursed trees, leave me be or I'll burn you to the ground. Stay back! Back! Dude, really? No, you! I remember you. You were there when that tree threw me into the woods. Whelp! You stole that tasty man flesh right out of my hands. So you call on your precious trees to save you again, then? This time you won't be so lucky. My flames will sear you and your friends to ashes. And after I feast on what remains of you, I will cut and burn every last tree and spite this miserable forest. Probably not the right thing to say. Just gonna throw that out there. The orcs will trouble us no longer, my bold friend. Let us return to Stonecliff and enjoy this peace. Huh, well, okay then, I was wrong. I thought that that Nurzum would show up and just completely rock them. You have proven yourself a bold ally, Vontu. The Ents and I will push any that return to the woods from these lands. The orcs will never again have a foothold in our forest, and you have aided us greatly, little one. Such action is not usual for my kind, but these times are strange indeed. If you would wait before returning to the men of these lands, I have more yet to say, my friend. A great weight has been lifted from these branches, little one. The orcs have been pushed from our lands, and they shall never again defile this forest. Not while others and I remain. I believe the orcs will soon come to understand how long we have wandered these woods. Your aid in depriving the orcs of their flames and axes allow us the chance to defeat them, and you have all of our thanks. You will always be welcome in these woods, little friend. Before you return to your fellows and lead them from the forest, the others would like to speak to you. Mossbeard and Nindorn have asked to speak with you. I do not doubt the others have much to say, but I would imagine that you shall be back in the lands you call home before they can decide on what needs to be said. You have done much to aid the Ents, Vontu. Yet we must never forget the cost of these times and what Nurzum has taken from us. The monster's corruption may as well have slain Duskleaf the day he came to this forest. When you came upon him, his mind had been stripped bare, and his fury over the forest's fate consumed him. You and the men of these lands cannot be blinded by Nurzum's foul influence. He must be put to an end, for such a creature stands in stark defiance of all that is good and natural in this realm. As with the others, you have my thanks for freeing us from the orcs and their leader, but the greatest threat to us all still lurks beyond this wood. Go with haste, little one. Perhaps when Nurzum falls, you will find us here again. You are a very strange elf, my friend. To be reunited with the others and to have solved some mysteries of this destruction has brought me some measure of hope for what the future brings. Nurzum must be stopped. The others will not follow me in this, but you must see him slain and the stone destroyed. Boralus knows well of what might be used in his defeat now, but I will leave such explanations to him. Know this, little one. You have shaped the lands of men and Ents for years to come through your actions, and as strange fellows as we may be, I would be glad to look upon you again. May your journey bode well, my friend. I see you have spoken to the others, Vontu. They seem upset to see you leave, as am I. There is, however, the matter of Nurzum. As you may recall when we first met, I told you that Strongroot spoke of a horn that greatly frightened the horns of these woods. As Nurzum is both giant and horn, so may he find himself torn asunder, both in mind and body, by the blaring of such a horn. I cannot be certain if this will bode true for him, but stranger things I have seen in these past days. Tell the men of these lands, and perhaps they, out of all of us, can finally stand against him. Go, my friend. Return to the men you found lost in these woods. We shall hold back the wood trolls long enough for them to escape. May our paths cross in brighter days, Vontu. Although he does not wish to involve himself in matters beyond the trees, Boralus bids you farewell and hopes that Nurzum will be defeated.
Oh, I have some shoulders that dropped that are light that you might want.
Oh, okay. I mean, they are an upgrade. They are a significant upgrade.
Cool.
Level 90 to 125.
Cool.
Yep.
I just heard a wolf howl. I don't even think there's wolves in here.
I don't recall having seen one this deep.
No, it's only horns and trolls.
And horses for some reason.
And the random horses.
Okay, so where we be headed? Oh, we're back to going back to the cave.
We're going back to the cave.
Perfect. Good, because I got stuff to sell again. Though it's not quite as readily about to expire.
I would hope so. It's not been an hour. Oh, I did not break my leg.
Neither did I.
Nice. Maybe your legs are getting stronger.
Well, we also took a bit more of a roundabout way.
It is wise
So.
for wanderers to equip themselves well.
I do not know.
Goodness, it is you. We thought the worst when we had not seen you for so long. But what has happened? What have you learned? You tell Huna and the others of your adventures with the Ents and the origins of Nurzum. The monster may be defeated after all. I never thought we could see the day. Now then, you said that the trees themselves would hold back the wood trolls for us? I have other business for you, but the rest of you, pack your belongings as swiftly as you are able. We make for Forlaw as soon as we are ready.
These are desperate
You have my
times
thanks for your help,
the
Vontu. I think we can make it from here. You are now able to search for Sinberg at last. Perhaps she will have given up her search for Thrym. You should find her and return to Garwig. There is not much hope for Wildemore, but perhaps its surviving people can still be saved.
She's probably not given up her search.
Oh, probably not. Now, I can't access the mailbox mobily.
Not anymore.
I mean, I'll have the VIP signed up as soon as we're done with the stream. I don't know what was going on before, but... Where are you going? Oh, you're going the other direction.
There's a cliff in the way.
That would make it difficult.
No flying in this game.
Nope, unfortunately.
Not exactly lore friendly.
Unfortunately. Because then we could just fly to Mordor and drop the ring in the volcano. Like everyone always points out. You got dismounted.
My horse even screamed.
Really?
A little bit. Like, not a crazy scream, but...
Was it like Obi-Wan's Varactyl in Episode 3 when the siege engine shot at him? Or when the artillery?
That's like the saddest moment in the movie.
It really is. The sense of betrayal you get from that scream is just so hard to hear. Though apparently in the novelization, it sensed the shot coming and turned its body to, shield Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I had heard that in the book it sacrificed its own life to save him.
Yeah.
And it's just like an even better friend.
Which is funny because I think he was just given one when he got there.
He's just that good of a friend.
But I mean that whole sequence for Order 66 is just really tough.
But so well done.
It's extremely well done, and it hits the, it pulls the strings like it should, but it's tough to watch.
Episode 3 is my favorite Star Wars movie for a reason.
Yeah. It's very well done. It's extremely well done. Oh, wow. What are we coming here for? Who were we supposed to talk to?
We're searching the cave for Nona at the moment.
Well, is there someone upstairs? Because I thought I saw a ring upstairs. Or
Well, that's the map here.
oh, okay. So we've already done these.
Yeah, but they're repeatable, so they're still marked.
Okay, I thought we were going back to look for Sinberg.
She's in the same general area.
Gotcha. I see. I see.
Look, it's Nona.
My friends, I'm glad to see you. Really, I am. But I just cannot. I cannot leave these people. I found them dying in the snow and brought them here, but they have not yet recovered. I will not abandon them now. Nona lowers her voice and speaks privately to you in Horn. I rescued 4 folk from that city, and while 3 of them are now doing much better, I fear the 4th may succumb. Speak to them, if they don't speak to you, and there may be something you can do to raise their recoveries. I'm glad to see you, Vantu, and Horn. Nona trails off and will speak no more for now. Oh, she's got another quest.
Our friends from Birtor have weathered the storm.
Do I need to...
It's the next chapter, so wait till we do book 10.
Okay.
Chapter 11.
You are a friend of Nona, then? She is a remarkable girl. I did not know the Dunlingtons had the capacity for kindness. He coughs weakly. My name is Elda, and when the orcs came to my city, I picked up sword and shield and thought to fight, but a great piece of masonry crumbled not 2 yards from where I stood, and... Elda shudders with memory. I woke in this cave. I think the orcs thought I was dead. I am fortunate. Nona found me, or I would be dead.
Any friend of Nona's is a friend of mine.
My name is Yama. Any friend of Nona's is a friend of mine. And a friend of my family's, though most of them be dead. The city had no chance. The orcs climbed to the stony cliffs around Biotor and under the cover of night, and by morning the unnatural snows had come in. We could fight against the orcs, even such orcs as these, but there was a great shadow in the darkness. Yama shivers at the memory. I will know forever the names of the orcs that slaughtered my friends and my family as they ran Vontu. One day when I am recovered, I will hunt them down and show them what their attack on Bir Tor has cost them. Their future days. Are there still more people over here? I thought I
Over
only
here.
saw the 2. Okay.
Over here.
I thought I only saw the 2. I am Elfgishu, friend of Nona. I saw to the horses of Bir Tor Vantu, and I was their panic that saved me. I was given warning enough of the orc attack that I was partway down the hill when the giant... Elfgishu trails off, visibly upset by the memory. All of us owe our lives to Nona. I never thought I would owe such a debt to a Dunlington, but there it was. Elda, Yema, and I would be dead. Would owe... wow, I completely lost my place. Would be dead were it not for her ministrations. I do not know the names of the other man name of the other man she saved. I do not recognize him. He may be from Bir Tor, or he may not be from Bir Tor. This may be heartless, but I fear he will die before I learn his name. That is a sad truth indeed. This man is close to death, and his sightless eyes cannot focus on you. You wonder what it is he is seeing, and hope he soon will find peace from it. At least these people don't complain about a fire. They're literally sitting around.
You're never going to get over that, are you?
No, because she was literally, whoever it was, literally sitting at the fire. Their toes nearly in it. We don't have a fire.
Do you see now why I cannot abandon?
Do you see now why I cannot abandon these people, Vontu? I have to know that they are safe. I've been speaking with Horn, and he understands. Nona turns the full force of her scowl upon Horn, who seems to have lost his voice temporarily. He understands, as she continues. Thank you for all the root vegetables also. I will see if that will help spur the recovery of these people in my care. I fear it will not be enough for the dying man in my care. I am a warrior of the Ukluth, friend. I am no poet. I do not know this man's name, and none of the others I have brought here have seen him before. His eyes do not see me, and his health is failing more rapidly with every hour that passes. He is a dying man, and that is what I call him, though it seem cruel. I fear if nothing changes, he will not live much longer. Yama told me the apothecary was attacked by the orcs early during the fall of Birtor, and they stole many useful poultices and medicines. If you can recover these dried up herb bundles from the orcs throughout the high knolls, We may use them to slow his decline for a time. And I'm having the hardest time doing her accent again. It's been so freaking long. Of course, I'm probably terrible with it to begin with, and people are probably cringing at it. So,
Who cares?
I kind of care a little bit.
Well, like I get where you're coming from, but if you want to do it, then just do it. Don't let anybody stop you.
Is it a goat?
A wild hill goat.
Yep. Wait, why are you bringing up a warhorse here?
Because we've got a little bit of ways to go. And it's
Oh.
been a while.
It has been. Not that I'm terribly complaining. I'm not huge on the warhorse.
But Sinberg's actually quite a ways away, so.
Well, what about this apothecary we're supposed to go after?
Oh, we need to collect herbs from orcs.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Which are
I
between us and Sinberg.
I comprehend the things I read. Well, this has been easy. No, there's our last herb bundle.
Nice. Now we're gonna go after Sinberg.
Well, okay. Let's do it. Where do you want to go grocery shopping? Do you want to go out to Costco? Or...
Well, if we're gonna get fresh ground beef, we'd need to go to Smith's.
that's true. Okay. Smith's it is, then.
Like, you can get it at Costco, but you get it in 5-pound packages.
I wouldn't complain about 5 pounds of, meatballs.
I'm not making that many meatballs.
Well, we have queso. We could throw it in with taco stuff. Or not taco, nacho.
I would still rather have multiple 1-pound packages than one giant 5-pound package.
I mean, fair enough, fair enough.
She didn't look too good.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Let's not overshoot. Come on, there we go.
These are desperate
You found me,
times for the
Vontu. I did not
Rohirrim.
expect to be found by a friend. I have been looking everywhere. There are no signs of Thrym, from the high knolls to the Wrethen Downs. I only find orcs, death, and winter chill. Wildemore is
I'm
lost.
afraid of what is happening to these lands.
I should have done Garwig's bidding and helped at Bir Tor, but I was blinded by my desire to find Thrym alive. I came here and found horrible things, and that's when I understood. I understood that Nurzum has won. My family is dead. All of them. Thrym is dead. The enemy has taken Wildemore, and there is nothing left. When I came here, my eyes were opened at last. Emo.
She's kind of lost a lot.
Yeah, understandable. Sinberg has reclaimed Grimnisberg, but is now exhausted. You should burn the corpses of the orcs she has killed as she has fought through the town. I mean, reclaimed it for as much as, it's worth reclaiming. There's not much here anymore.
There's not much anywhere in Wildemore at this point.
That's true.
It's kind of an apocalyptic zone.
That's true. You left me behind again, but whatever. I found corpses.
Technically, you're ahead of me.
Oh, wait, what? I mean, okay. I mean, how many corpses have you burned?
7.
No, I'm burning my 7th right now. And about to go off to my 8th. I know, riveting stream stuff, isn't it? Super exciting. You have cleaned up Grimsburg after Sinberg's heroic effort to drive out the orcs. Discover what she saw to make her despair, okay?
Here's one of them here.
Sinberg painstakingly buried the townsfolk and decorated their graves. Do you know where the others are?
I'm following the map.
Ah. Why would you do something sensible like that?
I don't know. It's up here a little bit.
Sealfig, Sinberg's own ice-encased home, has been from the Rythen Downs. Can be seen from this peak. Really? Oh yeah, so it can. Sinberg painstakingly buried the townsfolk and decorated their graves. You gently tell Sinberg that you saw the brave, heroic work she did when she came to this town and the view of her fallen home. She looks at you with tear-filled eyes. I did what I could for them, but I was too late. Luckily, the orcs were...
Did I make her disappear for you?
You did.
Well, that's
Luckily,
not
the
fair.
orcs were not many, and they were scattered, but my heart broke when I saw Sylphig down below. You gently tell Sinberg that it would be best to leave and head back to Forlaw. You are right. How will we tell Garwig that there is no hope for Wildemore Vontu? I do not want to face him after I behaved so foolishly. I was so full of hope. That is done now.
Do you have a whistle, Sinberg?
I do. I broke my leg.
Why would you do that?
I didn't do it intentionally.
Look at her go.
Like Mario. She looks like Mario. Oh. Did you kill these orcs, Vontu? You did well. I did not see them when I came here. You tell Sinberg that it was not you who killed the 3 orcs at your feet. Sinberg looks confused, but says nothing. Sinberg did not kill the orcs, and neither did you. I mean, it's possible I did and just forgot. I've killed a lot of orcs around here. You should talk to Sinberg here. This is terribly strange. Who could be doing this? We have no heroes left in Wildemore. Are there 2 of you, Vontu? I mean, technically yes. I think there are more up ahead. Let us follow them. Another cluster of dead orcs can be seen to the north.
Where I am.
Yep. This was deftly done. It reminds me of Thrym, but it was not he. Sinberg's voice as he cracks. Sinberg's voice cracks as she speaks. My gosh, I swear I can read. Sinberg is reminded of Thrym by this handiwork. Oh, Warband Carcass. Do we want to do it?
Yeah, we could get him.
Okay.
He's just one troll. Look at that. We don't even have to mount up for this.
Okay.
Theoretically. Watch us be thoroughly punished for this hubris.
No, we're just kind of rocking his face. There we go. Your horse to the horse, of course, of course. Welcome, welcome, new people to the stream. Thank you so much for being here today. Feel free to chime in on chat. We're always happy to see new people here. And yeah, thanks for spending part of your Saturday with us. And another. Whoever did this is strong, Vontu. I hope we can count them a friend. Did you have to... Oh no, she's just here. Who did this, Vontu? It is a mystery. You cannot help but wonder if Thrym has returned from the dead, but you keep your thoughts to yourself.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
All these slain orcs, they remind me of him. Alas, that it cannot be. He is gone, and we are alone but for this nameless warrior who slays orcs in the north. It is a shame that this warrior cannot kill Nurzum. None of us can. Wildemore is doomed at last. I would like to find who did this. We need strong warriors to protect the people, for I believe it is time for us to evacuate. Oh, of course it's going to be Thrym.
Come upon a trail of slaughtered orcs. With
Do we
no
continue
idea
to follow
who
this
the
trail, or
trail
do we admit our defeat and return to Forlaw?
I'm afraid of what
You
is
tell
happening
Sinberg that
to
you have
these
seen
lands.
that you have a strange feeling about the trail of felled orcs. Sinberg shrugs in reply. If you wish to live in denial of our doom a little longer, I am not one to criticize. Come then, let us continue northeast.
It'd be really nice if she got my leaf buff.
I see no more orcs from here. Which way now? What was that noise? Draw your weapon. Who goes there? You are no orcs?
That's a familiar red beard.
Are you friend or foe? Speak quickly. I know that voice. Thrym! Of course. We never found his body, so of course he had to be alive. Sinberg, wake up!
Just passed out.
And wouldn't you?
I do not
Is she
know
ill?
if it
I
was
cannot bear to
my
lose her now that I found her again. I thought everyone dead. You assure Thrym that Sinberg is as healthy as can be. The shock of seeing Thrym alive when she had given up hope seems to have overwhelmed her. You underestimate my sadness. Thank goodness. Let us get somewhere warm. There's a cave nearby. We can rest there. It didn't seem like we needed to really do an instance for that, but okay.
I'm afraid of what is happening to
I am well
these
now,
lands.
Vontu. The joy overwhelmed me, for I thought all hope was lost. Thrym, why did you not return to us? I knew you were alive, but no one believed me. I searched everywhere for you. I was badly wounded after the giant threw me in Sylphig. I did not remember who I was until I saw you. My ribs were cracked and my head ached. I only knew that I should kill the orcs. Well, that's a great way to wake up. I did not understand my hatred of them, but it gave me gave my darkened mind a purpose. I'm glad you are yourself again.
Times for the Rohirrim.
Now we can defeat Nurzum, or die trying. We have Thrym, and we have so much more knowledge of our foe. I mean, kinda. I'm beginning to
We
form
know a lot
plan.
more than we did.
Apparently the horn is the key to weakening Nurzum. We will find Nurzum, and Thrym can blow the horn. My lungs cannot bear this, I'm afraid. My ribs are not mended. Vontu, you shall blow the horn. Thrym, you shall fight the giant. He can't even blow the horn. What makes you think he can fight the giant? Let us go to Garwig at once and talk more as we travel. I cannot wait to see Garwig's face when he sees Thrym is alive. Let us leave at once. We must prepare for battle.
We're to war!
Something like that. To be fair, she has the biggest I told you so F you in the history of this game. We are ready, Vontu. I have hope once more. No matter what happens, you will be remembered as the hero of Wildemore until the end of days.
Here's the man I loved more than my own children.
Yep. The time has come, Vontu. We must finish this and defeat Nurzum once and for all. Really? Are we about to be done? Let us end this now. This is a solo quest. You cannot... yeah, okay, whatever. Stupid solo quest.
Well, they can't have both of us blow the horn.
I mean, I guess technically they couldn't.
Our mission is dire.
This is it, Vantu. We must make a final stand here and stop Nurzum. We mustn't fail or we risk losing Forlaw. Once we get within range of the giant, you must blow the Winter's Horn. Once we have his attention, I will hold him off. Here, take the Winter's Horn. It will take some time to recharge its power, but you may need to blow it several times until Nurzum falls.
Not sure that's how horns work.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I don't... Okay, so it'll pop up when I get close enough. There we go. Alright. There's all the notifications. Okay, let's do this! I've been waiting for this for a long time! Oh, ouch! Ouch! Ouch, 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 ouch!
Don't die.
Are you guys gonna help?
Did you blow the horn?
I did. But I attacked him before I blew the horn. There we go.
That might have been
the
a
sound of the
mistake.
Winter's Horn, the giant Nurzum turns his attention to you. I mean, do I get to blow the horn again?
He killed me.
He's hitting pretty hard. Do I get to blow the horn again?
You will get another chance.
And he killed me.
When you spawn, you'll be right outside of town. Rush back up to the meat hall as fast as you can.
This seems like an odd way to do a fight, where the boss is just that OP.
We might not be doing it quite right. We might be attracting too much threat.
Okay. There we go. There's the entrance to town. Is there someone I talk to when I get up there?
You should be able to talk to Thrym and travel again. If you're lucky, the fight might still be going on.
I mean, they were not doing any damage to him at all. Like, there was literally no damage done. I'm wondering if I... Ah, that's not the meat hall.
Yeah, fight's still going on for me, so...
I don't know why I thought that was the meat hall. Because it clearly ain't.
I'm going to focus on Frost Grims, which I think is what I'm supposed to do.
Probably smart. I need to get back in.
Yeah, the quest even says, defeat Frost Grims.
Then you should probably focus on the Frost Grims. Am I locked out of the fight?
Talk to... No, just walk through the ice.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about fighting Nurzum. He's not your problem.
I'm gathering that.
That's what got us, I think.
Oh boy, Sinberg is hurt. Stop interrupting my horn blowing! Like, I've tried like 6 times to blow this horn and gosh dang it!
Did he get you?
He did! Because like, he kept interrupting the horn blowing, and then I just... Mother trucker, that is so freaking annoying. And gosh dang it. And apparently I'm in combat still, so I can't even mount.
Like, even though you're not in the instance?
Yeah. Like, I'm having to use my war steed.
I mean, it's faster.
It is, but it's annoying. It's just annoying that I have to do the Ferrari on ice skates here. And also that, you know, here I am trying to actually do the thing, and he's like, nope, nope, nope. Every attack I do, I'm going to interrupt that. You are not going to get a chance to blow this horn at all, and I'm going to kill you. And now, freaking bloody effing hell. I can't control this thing in town.
Don't go max speed.
I'm not max speed. But I'm still in combat, apparently.
Don't eat yourself off the bridge.
I have very little control over that. With my luck, I'm going to end up having to do this fight about 3 or 4 times. Calling it right now.
You'll get him.
No, probably not. So dumb. I'm literally in town. I am not in combat. In any way, shape, or form. Have you gotten him?
Yeah.
See, this is why I say you carry me.
I do wear slightly heavier armor than you do.
Do I seriously have to start this over?
You have to start over?
Not like from the beginning. Like they're already fighting him, but he's not taking any damage.
He's not going to.
Oh. Thorn fused with Nurzum appears to be retracting, weakening his physical form and causing him to break apart. Sound the Winter's Horn one last time to defeat Nurzum. Nurzum has been defeated.
Just watch.
This can't be happening! Just from a horn. The stone of Thangorodrim has been separated from Nurzum, creating a flash freeze, encapsulating him in a tomb of ice.
What business have you with the road?
This nightmare is now over, Vontu. Our losses were great, but this giant will terrorize us no longer. We should leave this place now and head back to Forlaw. Well, dang. Cool. With Nurzum gone, we can begin to deal with the great losses we've suffered, and finally rebuild Wildemore and our lives. We couldn't possibly repay you for all that you've done for us, Vontu. Is that it? Is there really nothing else? Like, no one else is going to talk to me?
Well, we have the epic quest to finish off.
Well, I know, but like... it feels weird that it's like, that's literally the only thing said. There's not like any sort of like celebration or anything.
Party, party.
I don't know, maybe I'm weird.
The epic quest is a lot of the time the mover that takes you from big event to other story place kind of a thing.
Well, okay,
So-
well, we have defeated Nurzum.
We win!
Yep.
See if we can go help Nona's dying refugees.
I mean, we're basically done with Wildemore at this point, aren't we? Except
Yeah,
for
we're
the
gonna
epic.
epic quest until we get out, basically.
Cool. Cool.
Ride to Beer Tour.
That's okay.
Do you have a swift travel option?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you would, not being VIP.
Nope, I still had it.
Excellent. That was slightly more musical than normal.
Well, we synced it up pretty well. It's supposed to rain today, isn't it?
Yeah, even though it's sunny right now. They probably lied to us.
Probably. Which sucks, because I didn't water the plants last night because I was under the pretense that it was going to rain. Hold on, I got stuck.
What'd you get stuck on?
Trying to go up a hill. I got up on a part where I couldn't actually go anywhere.
Well, I'm right next to the cave entrance.
Okay. I'm breaking my leg.
You did that one to yourself.
I did. Hey, but it makes the war seat a bit easier to control at max speed. Of course, the max speed is only 8.4 at that point.
You don't have to go max speed on your warhorse ever.
I was trying to catch up! These are just what I wanted, Von Tu. Now go to the other chamber and throw these bundles on the fire. I hope the smell of the burning may revive him somewhat. It was common practice in Luck, and perhaps its magic will operate here as well.
Did your leg just spontaneously break?
I heard the sound, but I don't think so. My leg's fine.
I heard the sound too.
Hence why you asked, yeah. Who is there? Are you a friend? The giant returns! The man struggles violently for a moment before breathing deeply and attaining a measure of calm. I am Leodwig, the son of Harding, Aldor of the North March. I came into Wildemore to learn what, but no use. Separated from my men, the storm arose, lost in a gale. Leodwig turns and twists and turns before settling into calm once more. The giant's name is Nurzum. He brings the snows and the wind. Something he carries, I think. He saw me in the snow near the city. I was lifted in the air, a thunderous blast of hot air, and then... Leodwig shakes and will say no more, but the odor of the burning herbs seems to have broken him out of his stupor.
He lives, for now.
He lives, for now, and is the very man we came here to find. Leodwig, the son of Harding. What would Harding say to know that his son was saved by a Dunlington girl? Perhaps it is best not to think of that for now, Vantu. I can piece together some of his story from what he has said. He was separated from his men when the storm rose. That must have been Nurzum approaching. He made for the most visible landmark he could find. It must have been the hill upon which Bertor is built. Ill fortune for Leodwig, for that seems to have been Nurzum's destination. We must do something about Nurzum, but what? He is too strong for us to fight directly. Could we trick him in some way? I will think on it, Vantu, but I cannot promise the solution will present itself to me. I feel like we probably should have done this before we killed Nurzum.
Perhaps. But we kind of just ended up on that path, and I didn't realize where it was going because I'd never done that quest before.
You say the man Nona has been trying to heal is the very man for whom we sought, Leodwig, the son of Harding. We found him, but it will be a bittersweet victory if he dies. Everywhere we go, we find rumor of this giant Vantu, this Nurzum. What can we do about Nurzum? We cannot engage him in combat, that much is clear. Attacking his feet might prove possible if we could somehow avoid the attacks that were sure to follow, and by all accounts he brings the storms of winter with him wherever he treads. That will limit visibility and make it difficult to strike him. I have no military mind, Vantu. Nurzum seems invincible to me, but we will need to destroy him or Wildemore will not be able to be safe. I do not know what to do. The old ways are best, it seems. I am heartened to know the magic of the healers of Lonnock works even in the land of the Horse Lords. The most injured of my charges is named Leodwig, and he is the man for whom you sought, Vantu. What a wonder that they should be one and the same. My father, Sulvuk, would find some meaning in this, but for me, I see fortune only. Still, it is a happy fortune. If he lives, that is not yet certain. For as long as the giant lives, the people are in danger. What will we do about Nurzum? Where's Galea went off to? Oh, that's right back over this way.
Yeah, he's
I
back to recording.
really feel like we should have been working on this before we killed Nurzum.
I'm
That-
sorry.
That might be why there wasn't kind of like any sort of epic wrap up.
I am no warrior.
Ah, I
Only
have
an
nothing to
aged
contribute.
musician.
What can I do against such a ferocious creature? I am no warrior. I am only an aged musician. Even Theoden King had no more use for me. You don't have to apologize. Like you said, you've never done this
There is
before.
still something I can do.
Wait a minute. What am I saying? There is still something I can do. For the first time you remember since arriving in Wildemore, Glaewin favors you with a smile. How can I have forgotten my own lessons? When I was instructing Horn in the ways of music, one of the very first things I taught him was that the minstrel's greatest power is that of inspiration. Music lets us shine a light into the darkest corner of our hearts, bringing into it hope and good feeling. When Horn was still young, I told him this, for I believed it, and I believe it still. Speak to the survivors of Bir Tor in this cave, Vantu, and find out what it is they desire. And then make it happen. Glaewin's smile is even more broad this time. What? You are the adventurer here, Vantu. I am sending the hope. That is all. I'm sending them you. This unlocked the next chapter in,
Yep.
Oh, what are you trading with me?
Found something else in my overflow. Is that good for you?
That is a significant upgrade, yes.
Do you want to do the interlude real quick?
We can. That might be a good point to wrap it up right after that. So,
Okay.
because, I mean, we do have stuff to do. We've been going for a while, and this seems kind of like a good natural stopping point.
Halros's watch, then?
Sure. Your eye is drawn west across the map, beyond the borders of Rohan, and comes to rest upon the rocky hills of Dunland. You wonder what has become of Halros and the Grey Company since you left them. Well, Nurzum's finally dead, theoretically. I have a feeling we'll still see him doing this epic quest. Even though he be deaded.
Meanwhile, in Dunland,
We went back in time.
Dunedain has been
So it would seem.
waiting for his turn at the watch.
I'm sorry to wake you, Halros, but it is time for your watch to begin. These last few hours have been quiet, and it was a struggle at times to keep my eyes open. I will be glad of the sleep. There is a good place to watch among the trees just to the west. I will show you. This way. Right here, Halros, among these trees. Stand watch until dawn. Well, okay. Good luck, Halros. I will see you in the morning. For the first hour of your watch, all is well. In the second hour of watch, you fight boredom. In the third hour of your watch, you worry about the Shire.
Are you paraphrasing?
No, it literally says that.
Mine said something slightly different.
In the fourth hour of your watch, did you see something? What did yours say?
Mine said in the second hour of your watch, your thoughts meander, and in the third hour of your watch, you hope the Shire is safe.
Yeah, no, that's literally what mine said. Investigate your uneasy feeling. A scout! That was Falcon Clown's scout. The camp is about to be attacked. Halros, what is it? Danger, what is going on? Halros, what has happened? What is going on? I am ready. Halros, what have you seen? Are we in danger? Good eyes, Halros. We can prepare before our foes are upon us. I thought this would happen one of these nights. We may not have much time before the Falcon Clan strikes. You three, slip down the hill to the side and see if you can approach our attackers from behind. Halros, Prestator, come with me, and we will see if they can listen to reason. You three, find out the number of our foes. Show yourselves, Falcons. Even a sleeping Dunedain cannot be surprised by the likes of you. So it would seem. When you were imprisoned in the caves, my father showed you mercy. I will not make the same mistake. Kill them, my warriors! Oh, wait, I'm trying to fight like I would. Like I would if I were not in an instance, or in a session play.
You're just hitting the buttons you usually hit.
Well, I'm hitting control too, because that's my AoE one.
But you have no AoE
But I
here.
have no AoE. And also I'm lagging. Bigly.
Bigly?
And Mayor is just wandering around like a curious child.
She does look... She's just circling. Like a vulture.
To me, my warriors. I'm not sure why they would follow her. She's about as inspiring as a wet paper bag.
But she has a helmet. Look at that.
And a name. She's got a name tag.
She's not just Hebegluth female.
Yep. Kill them! Kill them! Kill them! I will not return to my father in disgrace. No, you won't return. Better to die here than return in failure. I mean, you could be a valuable prisoner, but we'll kill her instead.
We don't have time for prisoners. We're trying to get down to Aragorn.
Your father will soon join you. There is no honor to be had by attacking a sleeping foe, Halros, but we should have expected nothing else from the Falcon Clan. Meyer learned that tonight, to her sorrow. We have not repaid Lou Brennan and the Falcon Clan for our losses, not by a wide throw, but we have shown them our claws. We are all fortunate to have such alert senses. You have such alert senses, Halros. I am glad you journeyed south with us. For this reason and many others. Look, dawn breaks. Your vigil for the night is ended. Let us break our fast and see to the coming of the day. Okay. There we go. All right. Well, okay then.
They tried to sneak attack them.
Yep.
I cannot bear to think of the horses
All right.
tied up in the
Well, this is
stables
actually
of
probably a good
Beltor.
stopping point, because this will let us be able to start next week finishing up the last of the epic book in this area. So, awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone who's been here on the stream today. Thank you so much for spending part of your Saturday with us. We will be back next week, at least ideally, assuming life doesn't get in the way like it so often does. But until then, I'm Vanlin,
I'm Yum Yelf.
and this is Cow Elf Gaming. We'll see y'all next week, guys.
Bye.